match number 4 of the evening. Let's see Big Mac, Harry McDonald taking on Regan Blade. He's very popular, was Regan Blade. I don't recall having seen him in action before. Handshake to start by these two, which surprised me with Harry McDonald sometimes. Absolute great sequence to start, evenly matched before the big shoulder takedown by McDonald. At this point, Regan Blade would disrespect Harry Mack and then hit a big Pele kick and a Hurricane Rana, then a one-legged drop kick and a corkscrew splash for a 2. What a sequence that was. Harry McDonald was not done though. He'd hit a second rope elbow drop to the back for a 2 count of his own, and then he'd start to chop and beat down on his opponent before hitting a nasty Irish whip, which would turn Blade inside out, honestly. But Blade would try to get back into it. He'd missed the corkscrew crossbody, and McDonald would carry on the beatdown with them fighting onto the apron. Eventually, Blade would hit that corkscrew crossbody, but only for a 2 count. And then he'd hit the swinging Uranagi slam for a 2 count of his own. For another one. Eventually, Harry Mack would hit the big tasty knee, but only for a 2, as Blade would somehow get his foot on the ropes. At this point, Harry McDonald would turn to the fans and start abusing them, and the distraction was enough to allow Blade to hit the springboard cutter, followed by a curb stomp to pick up the pinfall. These two, again, you know, 2 very talented youngsters, 2 talented individuals, gave a great showing for the fans. Big Mac, you know, allowed himself to become distracted in this one. He was quite dominant throughout in this one, with the constant beatdowns and a lot of near falls. And I think if he'd have kept his head in the game, he could have come away with the victory in this one against a very tough opponent. Regan Blade, fantastic individual. You know, that springboard cutter followed by the curb stomp, a vicious way to finish things, to be fair. He looked very good in the ring, held his own against McDonald, which McDonald is a very difficult opponent to take on, but Blade came away with the victory in this one, and a well-earned victory in my opinion. Again, these two are just 2 guys you need to keep an eye on. They've got big things ahead of them if they keep on in the direction that they're heading. So if you ever get a chance to see either of these 2 very talented individuals in action, thoroughly recommend you do so for yourselves.